There are some exciting changes and improvements for this year's NAFA I&E in Louisville, and the networking and educational opportunities will be as bountiful as ever.
As we all know, NAFA's Institute and Expo is the largest and the best educational and networking event in the fleet management industry. Nearly 1,000 fleet managers and just as many suppliers make I&E an incomparable event, and no one even comes close to our event. But despite that success, or maybe even because of it, we've completely redesigned I&E this year, and I think everyone will be wowed by what they see and how we've made a great event even better. So first of all, we've reduced I&E from 4 days to 3 to better fit our attendees' work schedules. And we moved it up a day during the week. But the shortened schedule doesn't necessarily mean less value. We've loaded I&E with things that everyone enjoys, plus many new enhancements. So, for instance, we're bringing in international futurist Chris Riddell, who's going to give us a keynote on the trends and technologies that will impact us both as humans and as fleet professionals. Now, Chris is a young, energetic, engaging speaker that's really going to keep your attention and make you think. And then speaking of the future, we're also planning our first ever Mobility Day, which is focused entirely on this key driver of fleet, and not just as a philosophy, but as an actionable shift in the industry. So during Mobility Day, which is Wednesday, April 17th, we've planned many events that look at the future of fleet, including a keynote address by mobility expert Lucas Neckerman, who's worked with the NAFA Foundation on their white paper on mobility. And then we'll have smaller breakout sessions on specifics of mobility, such as vehicles and the Internet of Things, and electric vehicles and their ROI, moving things with drones and pods. And then we're also going to do a special session looking at the key players and the movers and shakers in the mobility space. And then we'll also have the leaders of all of the fleet management companies, the major fleet management companies, on stage talking about the impact of mobility on their operations and what that means for fleets. And then the day will end, we hope, with some real hands-on experiential elements of mobility that are sure to be remembered for a long time. So maybe you'll actually be able to get into an autonomous shuttle and see how that feels. So another new aspect of I&E, aside from all of that fun stuff, will be the first ever educational track for fleet suppliers. Now, these are sessions developed by our associate member committee, the suppliers, for other suppliers, with the purpose of teaching them how to become more successful fleet partners. So they'll be talking about things like understanding the decision-making matrix and navigating the RFP process and designing service level agreements. That's just to name a few of the sessions. All right, so I've talked about shortening the conference. I've talked about phenomenal keynote speakers, Mobility Day, the supplier track. Another enhancement to I&E is the redesigned Fleet Excellence or Flexi Awards. So now, instead of having a long night of awards in a loud ballroom, we'll be featuring some of the award winners in a panel presentation. We'll still recognize the winners in a special way, but our members told us that they want to hear the real stories from the real experts on what they did to be considered above the bar. So that's what we're going to give them. There's going to be a big stage and a big room where all the winners will tell the fleet community all about their excellent work. So that should be really valuable. Yet another new thing at I&E, as if that's not enough, will be the first ever CAFMU. This will be 6 days of intensive boot camp style programs designed specifically for people that are pursuing the Certified Automotive Fleet Manager designation. So now CFMU starts before I&E, it runs concurrent with I&E, Monday through Wednesday, and then it continues after I&E. Everyone attending CAFMU will have full access to I&E so they can network with everyone and enjoy the expo, but it really is intended to accelerate their CAFM process. And then lastly, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we have several pre- and post-I&E events that range from educational to just pure fun. So for instance, we have a pre-conference session on the education side about a Fleet 401, which is basically a master's level workshop for the advanced fleet professional. We also have a fleet policy course where attendees will learn how to create their own policies and develop templates that they can bring back to the office for immediate implementation. On the fun side of things, we have several tours available where folks can either enjoy some of Kentucky's famous bourbons or visit Churchill Downs, which will host the Kentucky Derby just a few weeks after we're there. So in all, I think everyone will get great value out of the enhancements we've made to I&E. I look forward to seeing everyone in Louisville, April 15th, 16th, and 17th, and I encourage everyone to visit the I&E website for more information or to register. It is very simply nafainstitute.org.